This lesson is on multiplying binomials. So in order to do this, you already need to know the rules for working with powers. So multiplying powers and dividing powers and those sorts of things. So if you haven't learned those, you should go watch a video on those. I'll give you a link up here in the upper right-hand corner. So a binomial is a polynomial with two terms. So 2x plus 4 is a binomial, 3x minus 7 is a binomial, and these are being multiplied together. And I'm going to show you three different methods and decide which one you think is the easiest. So the first one is basically using the distributive property. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the 2x times this binomial, and then I'm going to multiply the 4 times this binomial, and then I'm going to combine like terms. All right, so let's start with the 2x. I'm going to multiply the 2x times the 3x and times the 7. So 2x times 3x is 6x squared. X times x, you add the exponents. Minus, and this is minus because this is a positive and this is a minus here, so those together are going to make a minus. 2x times 7 would be 14x. And then I multiply the 4 times the 3x and times the 7. So 4 times 3x would be positive 12x. All right, and then 4 times negative 7 would give me minus 28. Now I want to combine like terms. So the minus 14x plus 12x I can combine together. 6x squared has nothing to combine with, so I just bring that down. So negative 14 plus 12 is negative 2x. And then I just bring down the minus 28. And that's your answer. So 6x squared minus 2x minus 28. So let's look at one more of those using this method. So I'm going to multiply the x times the 4x and the x times the 3. So x times 4x is 4x squared plus x times 3 is 3x. Be careful here with this 6. This minus sign belongs to the 6, so what I'm doing is using a negative 6. So I'm distributing a negative 6 in here. So negative 6 times 4x would be negative 24x, and then negative 6 times 3 would be negative 18. So combine like terms again, so the 3x minus 24x I can combine together. And so I get 4x squared minus 21x minus 18. All right. So that's the first method, using the distributive property. So let's look at another method. So the next method I'm going to show you is using a table. And so you basically make a tic-tac-toe table here, and you take one of your binomials, and you write it up here. So this minus sign belongs to the 3, so I put it over here as a negative 3. And then I put the other binomial over here. So 4x, again, the minus sign belongs to the 5, so it goes with it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the products of the corresponding monomials. So like in this box, I'm going to do 4x times x. So 4x times x is 4x squared. In this box, I'm going to do the product of negative 3 and 4x. So 4x times negative 3, so this is like Battleship, right? 4x times negative 3 is negative 12x. In this box would be negative 5 times x, so that's negative 5x. And then in this box would be negative 5 times negative 3, so that's positive 15. These are the terms of my answer. So now I'm just going to combine like terms together. Well, actually, let me write it out so you can see. Let me just write all these terms. So I write 4x squared, and I bring down the negative 12x, and I bring out the negative 5x, and I bring out the 15. It's a positive 15, so I write plus 15. And now I combine the like terms together. So negative 12x minus 5x is negative 17x, and bring down the 15, and that's my solution right there. All right, so that's another method. So again, let's try this one more time. So 3x plus 1. So 3x and a positive 1, and x and a positive 4. So in this box is 3x times x. It's 3x squared. 1 times x is x. 3x times 4 is 12x. And 4 times 1 is 4. So this is a really easy method. A lot of students like this. The only thing that makes it time consuming is you have to make this little table, right? But it's a good method. So now if I take all these terms out, I have 3x squared plus x plus 12x plus 4. Combine the like terms to get 3x squared plus 13x. Remember, there's a 1 in front of that x that's not written. Plus 4. And that's the answer. All right, so what about the last method? So the last method is called FOIL. And so this is the method that I was taught when I took algebra. I didn't take it until my students take it in middle school. I didn't take it until high school. So FOIL is just an acronym for remembering a way to do this. And the F stands for first. And what that means is that you're going to multiply the first two terms together. The O stands for outer. And that means you're going to multiply the outer two terms together. The I stands for inner. You're going to multiply the inner two terms together. And the L stands for last, which means you're going to multiply the last two terms together. So did anybody notice something? You may have noticed that this is really just the distributive property. And that is true. So this is just the distributive property with an acronym of how to remember how to do it. Okay? So let's do this. So the first term's 5x times 2x. That would be 10x squared. The outer terms, 5x and 1, that would be positive 5x. The inner terms, the ones in the middle, negative 3 times 2x would be negative 6x. And then the last terms, negative 3 times 1, remember this minus sign belongs to the 3, would be negative 3. And then we just combine the like terms together, just like we've been doing. So I have 10x squared, 5x minus 6x is negative 1x, and I don't need to write the 1 there, and then minus 3. Okay, so again, it's like the distributive property, just has an acronym to help you. I shouldn't say it's like the distributive property, it's the same thing, okay? So again, we're going to do the first, so the first two terms, then the outer two terms, then the inner two terms, and then the last two terms. So the first two terms give us 3x times x. That's 3x squared. The outer terms give us 3x times 2. That's 6x. The terms, this is a negative 4 times x. So it's going to give me a negative 4x. And then last, negative 4 times 2 gives me negative 8. Combine the like terms together. I have 3x squared. 6x minus 4x is positive 2x. And then minus 8. All right. So there's the three methods for multiplying binomials together. All right. One last piece to this. What about multiplying a trinomial, something with 3 terms, times a binomial? All right, so when you do this, you're going to want to use the distributive property. So I'm just going to give you one method here. And so what you're going to want to do is multiply the 2x times all 3 terms. And then you're going to want to multiply this 7, which is actually a negative 7, times all 3 terms. And then you're just going to combine like terms. All right, let's multiply the 2x first. So you're going to distribute the binomial into the trinomial. Trinomial means it has 3 terms. So 2x times 3x squared That would be 6x cubed. 2 plus 1 gives you 3, plus 2x squared minus 10x. All right, so that's from distributing the 2x. I'm going to distribute the negative 7 in there. So give me negative 21x squared minus 7x plus 35. And now let's combine like terms. So there's only one x cubed, so that's going to go here. And write a 3. So there's nothing to combine it with. X squared, I have 2x squared here, right? And then minus 21x squared. So 2 minus 21 is negative 19x squared. And then I come to the x's. I have negative 10x minus 7x. That's negative 17x. And then the plus 35. And that's it. That's your solution. Now, remember to write a polynomial in the correct form should be the highest degree monomial first. So the highest exponents first and then decreasing, and numbers should go at the end. All right, so let's do that one more time. So I'm going to distribute the x into all three terms. There, there, and there. So 2x times x is 2x to the third. Minus 3x times x is 3x to the second. And then 1 times x is x. And I'm going to distribute in this negative 3. It's a minus sign, so that's why it's a negative 3. And so negative 3 times 2x squared is negative 6x squared. Negative 3 times negative 3x is positive 9x. And then negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. And I'm going to combine like terms. So 2x cubed, there's nothing to combine that with. X squared, I have 2 of those, so I have a negative 3x squared and a negative 6x squared. So that's going to give me minus 9x squared. And then for the x's, I have an x plus a 9x, so that's 10x. And then minus 3. All right, so hopefully that was helpful to you. If so, give it a like and a subscribe. And feel free to leave me a comment. Until next time.